What's up, everybody?
Yeah, another good evening. Last week was the morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad to be back at night.
Well, as I was just telling you before we started recording, I barely made it here tonight. Like, there was a point about 30 minutes ago, I was like, I'm gonna have to text him and see if we can do it in the morning.
I was actually, like, when I texted you and said 9, you kind of hesitated to respond, and there was a part of me that's like, uh-oh, I've opened a dangerous Pandora box.
I didn't see it for a little while. We had a T-ball game tonight, our first All-Star game. All-Star season officially started. We've been practicing for a few weeks.
You skipped it to be here.
No, I was at the game, but then the games are longer than our regular season games, and so then my daughter was practicing, the next town away, so my wife had to go get her, and so then I was like, crap, we don't have anything at home to eat. So I was like, all right, we'll just swing through and get some fast food. And then, I got home, and it was just like, I don't know that I'm going to get to Logan's by 9 o'clock. But, yeah, man, it's been a good week of baseball. The T-ball team, we did walk off a win.
Okay, good deal.
Similar to my Vols a few nights ago. And, you want to go to Omaha with me this weekend?
I saw they won, didn't they?
So they won their side. They're down to the final two. They're in the championship series.
Okay, I don't follow it well, really, but I thought they won the whole thing.
They won their side of the bracket. Texas A&M won their side, so now they meet for a winner-take-all
buddies at
series.
Texas A&M. It'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, they're kind of weird down there.
Yeah.
Are they into the whole I'll show you some videos when we get done.
Where they're singing?
Oh, it's not even like singing. It's like they do their little high-stepping. Like it's a, it's a cult. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a cult.
The baseball team does?
No, they're yell leaders. They're male cheerleaders.
Yeah.
They're a little suspect.
I don't know.
I'll leave it at that.
I don't think
we got any Aggies out there listening. Y'all feel free to fire back at us.
Well, that's where my buddy Bo is.
Yeah, but he's on staff. Right?
Yeah, he's staff.
I don't think he's drinking the Kool-Aid.
No, he definitely ain't. And then
I knew he was on staff there.
Yeah. Bo is, man. He's like what is he? He's like a AD or something.
No, he's not the athlete. He's one of the strength trainers.
Well, I thought he was in. Let me see. I got to look real quick. If you didn't, he is a strength conditioning guy.
Their athletic director, I'm pretty sure, is the guy that used to be at Ole Miss.
He's
Bjork, maybe their athletic director, Ross Bjork.
He's the assistant AD of strength conditioning at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
All right, I was going to say, like, he is a strength coach, but I was like, man, I knew I had seen AD.
When you get into, like, ADs make, like some of those dudes make several million a year. Like, they are the CEOs of...
Well, they need to hire Bo.
$multi-million corporations, basically. There's so much money in college athletics now, but
not for their strength and conditioning coaches. They historically stiff those guys.
They some of those, like the head strength and conditioning coach at some of those schools, they make way. I don't know that there's many that are breaking the 7-figure mark, but make well into the.
It must be the big schools, because there's some of them that are shafting them dudes.
Yeah, actually, Bjork is now at Ohio State. Huh.
Well,
previously was at A&M and then Ole Miss. So anyway, all right. But yeah, I'm road tripping to Omaha this weekend.
So you're going to go?
Man, I was there the last time Tennessee played for a national title in one of the major sports. That was a long time ago, in 98. Or technically, it was January 99. And, we've been saying all along, if they make it to the final series, we're going to find a way to make it happen. And we play T-ball. We have T-ball games, all-star games on Saturday. I think we're going to fly out Saturday afternoon, so we will not get there in time to see Saturday night's game, but we'll be guaranteed to see at least the Sunday game. And then if the two teams split the first two games, we'll stay for the Monday game. So if we got any listeners out there that are Vol or Aggie fans that are going to be in Omaha, reach out to us. You can, like we always say, message me on Instagram, Hurricane Creek Farm.
Yeah, I will not be there this weekend. I've got my wife works, so I'm going to be on dad duty.
Dude, man, y'all just take off and go.
Man, I
got some other people. My brother's like, I don't know. I was like, dude, just gotta go. Just gotta go. And they're like, and I apologize to like clients out there that I had to reschedule, but I was like, and unfortunately, we didn't know until yesterday about 6:15 that we were officially in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I didn't want to start canceling all my appointments for next week and jinx the whole thing and I get beat and we didn't make it. And so like today we had to call some, but I was like, look, I mean, I'm at a point in my life. I'm 41 years old. I'm not that old, but you know, I work to live. I don't live to work.
Yep.
I appreciate my clients, but I mean, we're going to have the rest of our staff's going to be there. I just, you know, and we'll have 2 or 3 other doctors there every day. But anyway. So
well, that's a good thing we'll talk about in a minute.
I'll be up there and I'll be up there where those guys really know how to grow corn. I might can bring back some pointers for you.
You need to. Yeah, we need all the help we can get here. I didn't even grow any this year.
Yeah.
Besides sweet corn. Hey, you check out AgZaga while you're at it. AgZaga.com. Get you some, I mean, anything. Like I said, I've talked about the commodity jugs. I've been using them. I've seen quite a few. Now that I have some, I see them in other people's vehicles.
Oh, yeah. And the beautiful thing about that is, assuming you are putting gasoline in them, that's a bit of a middle finger to the government.
It is. So you need to get that, but be sure to use the code TALKDIRT, all caps, all one word, 10% off. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a gift courtesy of Mr. Tim, the Rebel Cash Strength. Special limited edition.
I don't even think I've tried that one yet.
I've tried it, yeah, because obviously drank a little out. Yeah, it's a 126 proof. So yeah, it's a little warm.
Yeah, I like them like that. Well, I'm drinking vodka.
I saw you pour it. Yeah,
Wheatley's. I like it, but I told Bobby Lee.
Your Russian roots.
Yes. Yep. Told Bobby Lee I have had a sinus infection or something, so I got a headache. And bourbon, if I have a headache, bourbon really amplifies the headache.
Yeah.
Vodka doesn't do that.
Depends on how many I have.
Yeah. You might have so many you forget about the headache.
Yeah. I really didn't know if I was going to be able to talk about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. We have 3 games on Saturday. So I was like, oh, Lord.
You'll be hollering.
And then we're going to Omaha to watch
yeah, Bobby Lee will be
a game of ultra importance. I'm like,
you're gonna have to ice your throat
which
down.
I was like, well, you don't yell quite as much at a baseball game as you do like in a football game.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right. Well, the first big thing I gotta address is freaking John Deere.
I figured you were going there,
dude.
What was it last week? We talked about they still hadn't picked their CTO, or a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. The giveaway is live, by the way.
Oh.
The giveaway is live.
I'm gonna go enter. I'm probably not eligible to win, but
pull it up. You should be able to see it. I went in because I had put it up there, and then I went back later and was like, hell, you can't even hardly see the entry thing. So I've tried to enlarge it a lot. See if you can find it on there.
I'm gonna enter, and then I'll just.
We can take him out.
Yeah, take my name
you
out.
You passed it. There you go.
There it is. Talk Dirt giveaway right there.
And you just scroll through it and sign up. All right. There you go, guys.
We still don't know what we're giving away.
No, it's
not entirely.
Just a cool prize
swag pack. And, yeah.
If you want to come here, have you here in studio. But you do need to go and enter. You got 26 days, and well, when this airs, you'll have 20 something. I don't know. It tells you.
You'll still have 26 because this episode will be up here in just about 8 hours.
That's true. Yeah.
You have 26 days and some change if you listen to it. Yeah, on Friday when it first drops. But anyway, you got plenty of time. But
you want to enter because
go ahead and do it before you forget about it.
You never know what all is going to be in the prize pack. I mean, when we had the last one, Michael came. We had him here in studio. We took him out to eat, and we gave him a badass SC blade. So I mean, you're liable to get a really cool knife. I mean, this is a pretty high dollar prize pack. Hell, you might get a freaking Volkortsen rifle. You never know. You never know what we have up our sleeves. So go enter now, and also leave us a rating and a review while you're doing that. There's some different things you can do, bonus entries. Did it show you all that?
Oh yeah, I'm sharing it on X right now.
There you go. Yeah, there's bonus entries, so you need to do that. Get all the entries you can. But yes, man, John Deere, I just don't even know what to think about John Deere anymore.
Well, and I didn't dive into it very far, but so that they picked their CTO, their Chief Tractor Officer.
Chief Tractor Officer. For people that don't know, maybe if this is the first episode you've tuned into of ours, John Deere put out this social media thing, and it was like, we're searching for our Chief Tractor Officer. Brock Purdy was like the face of this search, and
Yeah, quarterback for the 49ers.
Yeah.
Who's from? Well, he played at Iowa State. I don't know if he's from Iowa, but yeah.
Well,
hey, I'll be up there kind of in his old stomping grounds.
Yep. Well, that's what it. The whole premise is, it was like, we want a guy that's going to be the face of John Deere, going to go to farms and construction sites and interview farmers, interview construction guys. And they said, put out a 60 to 90 second, or maybe it's been 60, I don't know, 60 to 90 second video, and tag us in it, send it to us, sign up, let us know like why you should be the CTO, kind of show your creativity, your charisma, and all that. So, yeah, you know, hey, I made a little video, which I like made it real. I just tried to make it kind of that, I don't know, have like a man who shot Liberty Valance type feel to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Had the colorful coat on and my cowboy hat, and was actually sipping whiskey, which one of my buddies, he was like, I think it might have been too much masculinity for John Deere in there. And hell, he might have been right after I saw who they picked.
Yeah, dude. If I'm you, I don't know that I'm driving green tractors that much longer.
It has really pissed me off. Actually, did you watch?
Well, it's not so much that you didn't get picked, but it's like that.
It's who they picked. Yeah, like it's
not.
not.
And again, I didn't really delve into it very far.
Did you watch the thing I sent you of his entry? Have you had a chance to watch it?
I went immediately to his social media because I was like, this dude farm or anything? Like, I don't know that he's ever owned a John Deere of any kind.
No,
like,
he has no farming background.
I don't know that he has a John Deere lawnmower.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why they picked
He's like
him.
20. He's still in college.
Well, and it's not like, because I looked, and I just went to Instagram. I'm not on TikTok or anything. I don't know, maybe he has 1 million TikTokers or something, but.
Got 120,000.
Well, because his Instagram account was like, I was like, hell, that's not much bigger than mine.
Well, that's what.
I have a tiny one. It's like 5,000.
Well, that's what I saw his Instagram. I'm like, hell, I got more followers than him,
Yeah.
bastard. But now TikTok, he's got 122,000.
That's still like in the grand scheme of TikTok.
Yeah, it's
like,
not a
that's
lot.
Nothing.
But I'm just going to play this. I'm going to play this for you guys so y'all will know. His name is Rex Curtis. And look, yeah, I honestly didn't expect to win, but I hoped to lose to like a worthy adversary.
Yeah, like, and they probably weren't going to ever pick like the millennial farmer.
Yeah.
But like, like, okay,
Yeah.
old Zach, what are you going to do? He has a million plus YouTube subscribers, like runs all John Deere equipment. Like, what are you going to do? Like, you get beat by that guy, it is what it is.
That's what I'm saying. So this is the guy's entry.
Everybody knows about the yellow and green. It speaks of people and the places and about the machines. And it's a passion that is burned for 2 centuries. And I heard they're looking for a new CTO, and that's me, Rex Curtis. I'm young, funny, and handsome, a content creator. Social media is my grandson. Plus I am creative, I can sing and I can rap, and I can tell you all the story, make a tractor out of wax. And I love your mission, all about sustainability. Environmental science is my major, credibility. Graduating soon, I'll need a job. Go figure. I'll travel around the country helping JD plow a bigger picture. This position is holistic. I'll come from every angle. If you blink, you might miss it. And I'll be shouting out all the unsung heroes who don't do it for the money and don't care about the zeros. Cause what people don't understand about the JD brand is they're in buildings and in streets and food inside your hand. And I'ma spread the love without fear of being judged. This is my application. I think I've said enough. Everybody.
So from a strictly creative standpoint, the guy created a catchy little tune.
I was about to say, I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah, the song, but I'm like, I just can't picture that walking up on a farm and.
That's what I was going to. I guess, like, what is the true role of this person?
Marcy and I were talking about this. Really,
because I don't see him as boots on the ground going up and talking to.
And that's what he's supposed to do.
It's not just a social media like influencing.
Well, he's supposed to make ag and that like stuff for that, like promoting their equipment and things. And I'm like, how's he going to do that?
Yeah, I mean, again, I hate to judge the guy, but I don't know that he. I mean, knows. I mean, maybe he does, but I'm just thinking, like, does he know the difference between a hay baler and a combine? I mean, yeah, just like simple, stuff that it's like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't either. I feel like John Deere, this is a prime example. So this week I went and looked at a tractor I was considering and I'm still considering trading in my 8420. I just got my air conditioner. I told you my air went out. Did I tell you that? Yeah. So for people that don't know, I finished planting Sunday.
You may have mentioned it last week.
No, it went out Sunday, or it went out Saturday. My air did.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe me and you and somebody else talking about it.
Yeah, my air went down. Well, no, it was Friday when my air quit because I was planting on Friday. I was finishing up a field, and I was like, damn, I was sweating in this tractor. And I said, I think I had texted you and told you or something, but I was like, shit, I'm dying in this tractor. But it was still lightly cooling. And I said, as soon as I get back to this other field, service truck's there, put a can of Freon in this bad boy and be like Christmas time. So I pull into the field, and this is, I'm at my farm in Bolton at this point. I lack 60 acres. And I put a can of Freon in it, and I guess that was like the nail in the coffin, because I feel to see if it's cooling, and it has completely stopped cooling. Now it's just blowing hot air out. And I was like, oh, crap. And I planted about 15 acres that I finished that night with planted 15 more acres. I had to plant it with the door open because these tractors don't have the side windows, that you used to could open. So like because some people are like, oh, you poor farmer and your air went out. And it's like, dude, you don't understand.
Yeah, no, an open station tractor, like that's one thing. Like it can be pleasant at least.
Yes, especially at night. And so I did have to run with the door open. Well, I had tilled this ground up because it's got the back glass. The bad thing is when you open them, it's big pieces of glass. They're like vibrating, and I'm scared it's going to shatter them.
Oh yeah.
So I planted with the door open that night. It was rattling, but I was like, hell, I got to do something. And I couldn't open the back glass too because I had tilled it up, so it was almost creating like a vortex of dust that would like roll up and come inside the cab with me. So I toughed it out 15 acres that night. The next day I had to spray, so I sprayed 250 acres, got caught up to where I was planting, and I went and got on the planter at 7 o'clock at night. I let the sun was going down, so I was like, well, it'll be a little cooler. And I planted again with the door open. I finished that field, and then I moved to my last field, which was another 35-acre field, and I planted it. It was no-till, so it wasn't near as dusty. So I planted it with the back glass and the door open, and I had just reached a point where I was like, if the glass shatters, it is what it is. Because I tried to run with the doors and stuff shut, and I'd feel my heart beating in my head, and I was like, I don't think this is good.
Well, it can be just kind of like a sauna. Some people do that for fun.
Yeah. So the drive home was brutal because I had to, shut everything up. I did open the glass up, but it's like, it's not pulling air in. So, I had it open, but it was, man. But
yeah. Well, that's where those little side windows.
Oh man,
my little tractor has those.
Yep.
But yeah, my big Kubota is just like the big John Deere. It's just 4 pieces of glass.
Yep.
There's your front windshield, your back, and then your 2 doors. And there ain't.
When the air goes out, you're just in a bad luck, man.
And I almost wish, which I get surely. Obviously when they're, selling those $500,000 tractors, the guy that's buying them right off the showroom floor
ain't worried about the air going out.
Yeah, because he ain't gonna have it that long. But man, like my little tractor is so nice having those, and mine's still really new and it works. But like on a nice day, I crack those things open all the time.
I do that on my little one, like when it's even in the wintertime. Sometimes like if I get a little toasty in there in the cab because I have my jacket on, I'll crack open them too. But yeah, you can't do that on a big one. But all that to say, man, I was like, man, this tractor is 20 years old. I'm pushing it across a pretty good bit of acres now. And I looked online and see my tractor.
What'd you think about that 4055 I sent you?
That's exact. I almost thought about trading for that one, that $200,000 4050. That was
it was
nuts.
a 4055 or a 4050? I can't remember.
I think it was it was
a 4055.
Okay, yeah. Would it have 300 hours on it?
Yeah, it's a 91 model tractor, and it has 395 actual hours. So that's insane. That'd be like a 91 model car having like 12,000 miles on it.
Yeah, that is nothing.
Like they just never drove it. Like they parked it in a barn somewhere and it just sat there.
Yeah.
Like everything's original on it. Yeah.
Probably they just can't stop airing this damn seat up that's going to lay down again.
Well, it'll hold up for about 10 minutes and then it'll...
Look, I'm let this seat down all the way so that you'll be less self-conscious.
I feel like I'm 3 years old at the dinner table again. But
well,
we'll get it. We'll get the chair fixed once we get our commander in chief on the soundboard.
Yes, yeah. But no, I went.
So you're gonna go orange with the tractor?
Well, after this CTO stunt, I might. But there was an 8335R that I saw online, and the price was. I mean, I still hated the price, but it was like my tractor. I shared this online, so I'll share this on here. I'm not like top secret stuff, but I paid $71,000 for my 8420 3 or 4 years ago, and today that same tractor's selling for like almost $100,000. So the price is just how stupid everything's gotten, and that's where I'm like, well, you know, this other tractor, there was 8335. They were wanting $135,000 for it. And I said, well, if they'll give me
How many hours did it have?
It had 6,800 hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
What year is that?
2011.
Okay. See, I didn't realize those tractors are already that old.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, see, that's actually more hours than mine. My 8420, which my 8420 is an 04, and it has 5,600 hours. That's low hours for that year. And
for one to be.
Yep. And I've actually had the bottom end done by John Deere. Like, that tractor's solid in that aspect. But see, the R series has an upgraded hydraulic system. My planter runs a lot of hydraulics. So like I have had hydraulic issues out of my tractor in the past, and it causes planter issues. And so the R series just has a better hydraulic system. It's got a lot heavier drawbar. It is a more comfortable tractor. Like, it's just the comfort factor is higher, so you don't mind staying in it as long. So I don't know that our new CTO would know those things. But anyway, so...
Well, surely he does. He's the CTO.
You would hope. Chief Tractor should have been Chief Social Media Influencer or something. But so I went and looked at this 8335. Man, the first big kiss of death, it had been smoked in like a freight train. Like, I opened the door and it'd like knock your hat off your head. Smell like an ashtray in there, which I just hate that. I hate a smoked in tractor or combine or anything. And it was kind of rough inside. Man, and it just wasn't that well taken care of.
Yeah.
And I talked to my rep at John Deere, and I was like, man, I said, I'm not happy with it. And he said, dude, unfortunately, that price range you're looking in, that's what you're going to have to pick from. He said, if you want one more like what you're wanting, you're going to be looking more in the $170,000 to $200,000 range. And I'm like, I just ain't working enough ground to pull one of them.
Yeah.
Well,
are they going to give you $100,000 for your 8420?
Well, I messed with him because, we had that 8R 340 and we took it back. Brock and I both were very sad to see that tractor go. But I called Michael, my rep or my dealer, that morning. They were bringing it back, and I said, man, I think I might trade in my 8420. And he goes, all right, you got one picked out? And I said, yeah, I do. He goes, what is it? And I said, I'm gonna trade it in on that 8R 340. I just sat there, and he kind of sat there, and it was like a moment of silence.
Who's gonna blink first?
Yeah, and then I finally just said, I'm shitting you, man. Not a chance. I said, unless you're gonna give me $400,000 for mine, then I can't. And he just started laughing. He said, man, I knew you were full of crap.
I just need to get it for like a 50,000 trade difference.
Yes, yeah. If you can,
I don't care what you got to give me for mine versus what you're going to come off the sticker on that one, but you just get us down to a difference of $50,000 and I can do it.
Yep, yeah. And so, yeah, that tractor, we were talking about all that, and we got talking about how, dude, they told me that Michael didn't tell me this. I talked to a dealer at a different location because where the 8335 was at a different Tennessee tractor, and we had to drive way out there. And he told me on a new tractor, John Deere's losing $70,000 to $100,000, $70,000 to $100,000. He said because they're, I guess what the MSRP is like, so I don't know if it's just so jacked up high. They're having to, people just aren't trading for them, aren't buying them that price. He said, dude, we're getting our asses kicked on the newest ones.
I don't know. I kind of.
I feel like the dealer might be.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Like, yeah. Well, I mean, then quit making them. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Why would you be, rolling out a product that you're losing that much money on every time you sell one?
I don't know. Wait.
Unless they're making money hand over fist selling, implements,
Yeah.
or something to make up for it. Like,
Oh, man,
we
yeah.
just need to keep you in the. But I mean, they wouldn't be doing that and losing that much money. Like
Yeah.
grocery stores will sell some stuff, below cost, just to get you in the door and
Yeah.
make up for it on everything else or whatever. But I don't know about that. Like,
Yeah, and I don't remember how he was saying, but he was talking about the new stuff. He said, people ain't buying it.
Well, and I mean, it's kind of what we've talked about. They've made it so big and nice and with every bell and whistle, and it's like, yeah, it's just not practical. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. You need the base model, but they don't really do that in the big size tractors.
No.
And I know they do it, and I say they do that to some extent, but I mean, still, even like the E line of tractors, it's like
Still,
this tractor is nicer than anything that was being made 25 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And we thought those tractors were pimped out,
Yeah.
when they, were a brand new cab tractor. So it's like even your base models got more little bells and whistles than they have to have.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Make them with the horsepower, make them with the, with the hydraulics and everything to operate equipment as it needs to be operated. But
Give them air conditioner, throw a radio in it,
yeah,
and there you go.
yeah, a radio doesn't cost much, even a cheap little Bluetooth
That's what I'm saying.
AM FM radio.
I put a STM radio. I put one in my tractor, my 8420, because it had like just a regular AM FM radio, and I'd put a Bluetooth radio in it because that's all I listen to is Bluetooth typically. And so I just put one in there, and it was easy as plug and play. Like, I don't even remember what, $80 or $70, something for this little radio.
I'm pretty sure that, because I wanted Bluetooth in my Jeep. I think the one I put in there is like $30. I got it at Walmart. Like, I mean, it actually, my phone connects to that one better than it does like
Really?
in my wife's Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
My phone is quicker. Like, as soon as I get in there, it's connected.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is this $20 radio, flawlessly connects to my Bluetooth instantly, and yet these badass, late model SUVs and you gotta.
Well, mine and my tractor's like that.
Yeah.
As soon as you crank the tractor, it's going.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I've said that before. Like, I wish, and I honestly have thought about this quite a bit here lately, which I did. There's a red one. There's a Magnum 305 that I looked at online. Man, I really like the price on it. It's about $86,000. It has got like 5,000 hours. It's got a lot less hours. Got duals on the front. I like everything about that tractor. I like it better too now because Deere's just kind of pissing me off. But
Well, and we got good red dealers in the area that can service it.
yes, that is a big thing. You got to be able to get it worked on. We got good, but the big thing is I called and talked to a guy that runs both. He's got red and green, and he's in his late 60s. He's or mid to late 60s. And I asked him, I said, man, what do you think? And he said, man, I like a green tractor better. He said, I just think they're better tractors. He said, we've run them both. He said, one of my sons, he likes the red tractors. He said, but man, I don't know. And I said, well, what would you do? What would you do if you had these two to pick from? And, this and that. And he said, at my age, I'm going to just wait on a green tractor to come around that I like. I'm not going to buy a red one.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, and I get it. But from a buyer's standpoint, this red one is good because it's literally $50,000 cheaper. And it actually has comparable horsepower, which here's look, and I'll tell you what my plan was. I told my Deere rep, I said, find me like an 82 35R or up to like an 8285R. For people that don't know, the last three numbers of the R series is the horsepower.
Yep.
So a 8235 is 235 horsepower, 8285 is 285 horsepower, and so forth. They got the same motor. The 8235R has the same motor as the 8335. The only difference is the ECU has changed. So you can buy an 8235 and then put a tuner on it and crank the horsepower up to 300 and I think you can crank an 8235R up to 305 horsepower. So you can buy this tractor, but because it's listed as a lower horsepower tractor, you can usually buy it for like 50 grand cheaper than the 300 horsepower one. And I told my Deere rep that. I was like, man, you find me one plated with less horsepower and I'll just put a box on it and crank her power up. And he was like, you could definitely do that. So we looked at that, but I don't know. If I wanted to go that route, I could buy that 305 Magnum, and it's already 305 horsepower. I could slap a box on it and turn it up to like 365 horsepower.
Yeah.
So, man, I don't know. I mean,
so are you just out on the 8420? Not all just because the air conditioner, right?
no, I've had I have had some weird random electrical issues that have come up on it, and they've worked on it and still have not got those bugs worked out.
Do you know what the air conditioner issue is?
I think the compressor is bad.
Yeah, I had to put a compressor on my old Kubota.
It's kind of squealing now, like it's making a racket, so I'm pretty sure the compressor's shot. And see, I'm just guessing that's probably about $1,500 total, because I got the compressor. You know, a lot of times it seems like you have to replace the dryer, like other parts, with the compressor.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm gonna fix the AC. And the thing about it, I made it through planting season, so I'm really through the big push with my tractor. When we get into harvest time, I obviously need a tractor to run the grain buggy, but it's not going to be under near the strain constantly as it has been. So I've got a window here to try to make a decision.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, man. There is a part of me that's like, I almost feel like Case is more in tune with the, like, it's kind of like I am a Chevy GM man, but of all the truck brands, I almost feel like Ram is the most in touch with its customer base. Like they kind of, you know, they got Sam Elliott as the guy, and they kind of really push the cowboy Western stuff.
Official
like,
truck or pro rodeo. Yeah.
Yep. Like I kind of get that. And Case to me almost has that. I don't know. Case almost strikes me as a little more like that.
Well, then your tractor and your planter would match.
Well, and it would sync up a lot better. That's what I was telling Dad when I was looking at the red one, and which he was like, and you know, he was like, I don't know, which he said.
But he runs a red planter.
He does. We love our red planters. You know, I almost went to a red combine about 3 years ago, and I thought Dad was on the verge of a heart attack. Like I was talking to a dealer.
They used to run red combines.
Yeah, and that's when he was like, "Don't do it. You're gonna regret it." And he was calling the Deere seller or dealer and was like, "You better get him a combine. He's about to get a red combine."
Well, and most of the people that I know that run red combines really swear by them.
Oh yeah, they say they're a hoss, man.
Yeah.
I have not run one. Last one we had was we had a 1688, I think, and then a 18. What is that number? 18, not 1820 or 2388. That's what it was.
Yeah.
2388 was the last red combine we had, and I remember it was either that one or the 1688. We worked on it every single day. Like every day we go to the field, something would break on it, and that's what Dad, he was like, man, I wish this thing would just catch on fire. He's like, I wish I'd go home and get a call and thing would be burning to the ground. And it never did, so we always had to work on it. But it was just wore out. But I have heard the red combines are really good.
Which for those people out there that are saying, oh, why not? Yeah, why aren't y'all talking about, you know, Agco with like Massey and Fent, or, you know, Gleaner Combine? We don't have any of those dealers around here is the problem. I mean,
Fent is moving in.
You could get one of those tractors or combines, but
getting parts.
Driving to get parts, or if you, God forbid, you needed it put in the shop somewhere, like, you drive for days.
Yeah. I think Fent has a dealer in Union City now.
Yeah, or Troy.
Yeah. They're, because you're seeing those pop up. Helena actually has a spreader, one or two that are Fent. There's a couple guys around here running Fent tractors, and they say they're bad. They're cool looking. I like the color of them, green and black. But I don't know, man. My loyalty to Deere is really kind of fading.
It's been shaken.
It has. It is really, and not just because of this CTO thing. I mean, that does honestly kind of annoy me. I'm like, man, they're just out of touch with the actual buyers of their product. They're out of touch with.
Yeah, and I don't know if maybe they're trying to reach a much younger, they're thinking, all right, the average age of the farmer, is obviously getting older every year, but there's got to be new blood coming in somewhere. This guy will be, he'll resonate with that, next generation up and coming. I don't know.
Well, it's weird because for me as a kid, the things that, I had kind of, when we were in the middle of planting, you always get like wore out. You're just like ready to get out of the tractor, and you're spending money every day on fuel and seed and all this. And so it kind of starts to beat you down. And it was kind of funny, man. It was the like 2 or 3 days before my last day of planting. I was driving down the road and I was coming by some houses, and I'm in my 8420. It's a 20-year-old tractor. I got my 2014 planter on. This 10-year-old planter. I know some people are like, hell, I'm running 40-year-old shit. But, for the amount of ground I'm putting this across, it's older stuff. And, man, there was some kids outside in this house. And I'm coming down here, and my 8420, it does sound pretty good. And I see this kid, he looks like he's 4 or 5. Dude, they were like in the middle of playing something. He just literally just stops and stands up, and he just walks over, and he just stands there in the driveway just watching me go by. Like he is like mesmerized by the tractor and this big 40-foot planter. And I mean, he literally, because I looked in my mirror, he just like was standing there. He like watched me for a while. And I was like, man, that's like why I like farming. I mean, because I'm still like that kid. Like I love the equipment. And that's where I'm like, man, Deere, all these it's like what the military did. When we were young, the Marines had their ad come on TV, their commercial, and it had Godsmack playing in it. And it showed dudes like kicking in the door, and they got M4s, and they got night vision on, and, blowing up shit. Like it's like this testosterone packed commercial that, I mean, it makes you want to like join the military. And then fast forward, and they have the Army has one about a woman whose 2 gay mothers overcame adversity, and it inspired her. Like, I feel like Deere has like gone woke. They need to get back to like, they need the like cool, badass stuff. That's what's going to draw your guys in. I mean, these tech weirdo stuff they're not the guys that are planting crops.
Yeah.
They're just not those guys.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, it was kind of, it was all catchy and cute, but it was kind of like, I don't know.
Could you see them showing up? Like, could you see him pulling up out here?
No, and that's why I can't believe they would have him doing that. Like, him just doing like on-farm visits to try to, give a sales pitch for why you need to be running John Deere equipment. Like, no. Like that, I feel like they might have him like at some farm shows and stuff, like doing a meet and greet and things like that, but like otherwise it's going to be just totally a social media thing. Yeah.
Well, that's what I don't know. Like I said, I ain't sworn off going to a red tractor. I ain't past trying it. For some reason, Deere, it holds its value. It's probably the highest resale of all of them. I mean, it blows Case out of the water when it comes to resale. But as far as does it blow Case out of the water as far as tractor, I wouldn't say that it does. I mean, I'd say just at this point, most of them it's a relatively similar playing field. When you get to like the Fence and the New Hollands and the Cases and the John Deeres and I haven't looked at, Kubota's making like a 200 plus horsepower tractor now, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, I know. well, my buddy that sells them, it's definitely not their bread and butter. And I think you have even maybe inquired with him. He's like, man, he's like, they're kind of working through some bugs
right.
in them. And so, like, wouldn't necessarily, I mean, he sells Kubotas. He wasn't going to tell you not to buy one. But
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, they're a good tractor in that 150 horse under for sure. 170 horse even maybe. Yeah, you get up there into the big, like, row crop size tractor. They're working some kinks out. Let them do that for a few years, then come buy one.
Well, I want to see some contender companies come up with, 250 to 300 horsepower range row crop tractors. I want to see them come out. And like I said, man, I don't need a seat that gives me a back rub. Like, hey, it was nice. We were leasing it. Like I said, I'm not complaining about it. I ran it quite a few times, but I don't need that. I just want the power, the hydraulic system, and I want it to be dependable. You crank it, it's going to run, you're going to be able to go and hammer down. So that's what I want. But there was one other thing I got to tell you too. I'm sure you heard about our fiasco with the four-wheeler riders.
No.
Wow, you did not?
No, man. I live under a rock.
Man, I thought my dad was I've never seen this man so angry. I can't believe your dad didn't tell you.
No.
So
sad. Which I haven't seen my dad in a few days. I mean, not for more than just passing.
Yeah, this happened Saturday.
Okay.
No, this happened. What is today? Today's Thursday. No, this happened like Monday.
Okay. Well, see, I don't know. Well, of course, then it would depend on when your dad told my dad, and then.
Yeah. It was either Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, if it would have happened Tuesday, I just really hadn't seen my dad enough since then.
Yeah.
I think I was off Wednesday and Dad was off today. So.
All right, I think it was Monday. But anyway, it was Monday. Because I was outside. I was about to put my grill on the back end of my truck. And it's 5 o'clock. And it had been raining. Because wasn't it Monday when it rained?
Yeah, Monday it rained. That's what, which I was thankful for because I did fertilize last weekend. They got down to like a 30% chance. I was like, damn it. Like, this is typical. And then it rained like 5 times on Monday.
It rained 2 inches. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you get 3 inches?
Dad had 3 at his house. I had 2.3 at my house. Like, yeah, it rained, 2 to 3 inches depending on where you were.
It was a great rain.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's how it was raining. And it had just it was kind of misting at this point. But 5 o'clock, I remember 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was out in the behind my truck. I had the tailgate down. Dad comes driving through because our farm office is back here, for people who don't know, behind my house. He comes through beside my house, and then he sees me, he stops, and he backs up, and he rolls his window down, and he goes, "Get in the truck." And I said, all right. And he goes, "Yeah, get in here." And so I go, and I get in the truck. We go driving out, and he said, I just got a phone call. There's idiots in my cornfield right now, driving in my corn. And so I said, oh hell, all right. And so it was across from this neighborhood right here, this farm right here. So we go driving over there, and man, we pull up, and he has put up a wire. He's got a sign on it that says "Keep Out," and he's got a wire run because we have had trouble out of four-wheelers over here for years.
Yeah.
But the corn is 4 foot tall, like it's sizable corn out there, and we pull up, and he goes, "There they are," and I looked, and here comes 2 four-wheelers. And they were kind of having to like almost push them up because it was so muddy they were spinning. And they're just literally plowing through corn coming right up out of there. And you could just see rode down corn. They had been riding in the corn. And
kids, I assume?
Teenagers, about 15, 16.
Old enough to know better.
And man, my dad had called a cop when we were on the way. Here, again, I'm going to give a good shout out for cops here. So he called his buddy that's a cop. He says, "I need the law over here." He's calling him as we're getting there. He said, "I need the law over here quick. I got people in my field." And the guy says, all right, I'll have somebody coming. I mean, when he sees him, Dad barely got his truck in park, and he was out of the truck. And I'm telling you, man, I've seen my dad mad. I have never seen my dad this mad. I was like, oh shit, because he gets out, and the kids are coming up out of there. It's one kid on one four-wheeler and 2 on another. again, probably 15, 16 years old. There was a girl on the back of one of them. She looked like she might have been like 12, 13. And my dad goes around. I'll try to modify this because it would be so foul. But he goes around there, and I mean, his face was so red. He goes, "You dumb mother," like he goes, "You gotta be the dumbest mother effers I've ever seen in my life." And both kids, like they're like deers and headlights. And he's like, "You gotta be the dumbest." I mean, he just kept saying. He said it like 4 or 5 times, and he's like, "You've been riding all in my, corn out here, you dumb mother." And one of the kids, I mean, Dad goes, "Turn the effing four-wheelers off," and the first kid over here, he turns us off immediately. There's this tall, skinny kid on this other one, and he looks at Dad, and Dad goes, "Turn that four-wheeler off." And the kid goes, "I don't know how." He was being a smart ass at this point. And so I just reached over and popped the key off. I turned the key off. To make matters better, I'm wearing my Retro Rifle American flag shirt. So it's like, I told Marcy, I was like in the funniest attire to be like getting on some kid's ass.
You look like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yes. I had on shorts and like, I don't even know what kind of shoes. But yeah, this American flag shirt. It looked like President Camacho or whatever off of Idiocracy. But yeah, I turned the four-wheeler off, and Dad goes, "Take the key out of the damn thing." And the kid goes, "You can't take my key." And Dad just reaches over and he goes to get the key. Well, the kid reaches for the key.
Oh, shit.
And so they're like pulling over this key. And I'm standing here, I'm like, oh shit. And the kid snatches the key away from Dad. And the kid goes, "You assaulted me." And Dad goes, "What?" And the kid goes, "You assaulted me." And I said, "Bullshit." And he goes, "He hit me." And I said, "No, he did not hit you." And the kid, he was like, "Yeah." And even the little girl, I feel like behind him, because it was a lot happening, but she was like, "He hit him." And I said, "No, he didn't." And he didn't hit him.
Oh, man, I'd be tempted to just knock the shit out of him then and say, like, "Now I've hit you."
That's what in my head, it made me want to be like, it made me want to say, "Bro,
you're gonna accuse me of hitting you."
You want assault, buddy? I'll show you assault. There will be no question. And so I said, "Dude, you just rode through 4-foot tall corn." And the kid goes, "I'm from California. I don't know anything about farming. I didn't know there was anything planted." And my dad was like, "An effing moron would know."
Back to my original statement. You got to be the dumbest.
Yes. Well, that's what Dad, he goes, he's like, "An effing moron would know that there's crops planted out here." And the kid was like, I didn't know. I have no idea. And I said, "You drove around a sign that says keep out." And he goes, "I'm dyslexic. I can't even read." And I was like, my gosh. And so.
Were these late model four-wheelers?
Man, to be honest, I don't even know. I didn't even pay attention.
Like, these are ours now.
Yeah.
Like there's hell, they might not even be worth enough to cover this damage.
Well,
but they're ours now. If y'all want them back, y'all could talk to the law.
He gave me a fake name. Like I said, "What is your name?" And he just made up a name. And I could tell the dude was lying through his teeth. And he says, "I got to go." And my dad says, "Y'all ain't going nowhere. Damn law's on the way." And the kid goes, "I got to go." And they floor it around me and Dad. And Dad goes, "Get in the truck." So we hop in the truck. And the morons, they're in the neighborhood right here. Like, I don't know where they're going to go.
Yeah.
And they weren't in like real bad four-wheelers. Like, the truck will go faster than your four-wheeler will. We're going to catch you. They drive off. We see the direction they go in. We drive around. Well, look at that. There they are. We see the four-wheelers pulled up in a garage, and there's the kids. So we pull into the driveway, and this guy comes out, and he's kind of tatted up. He looks a little rowdy, and he gets something. He goes and he opens his truck door, and he gets something out of his truck. And I'm like, damn it, because I had been just chilling at the house. So I didn't have a gun or nothing. I'm like, man, I told Dad, I said, "I don't know, he might be getting a dang gun out of his truck or something." And the guy comes up to the window. I didn't see a gun. And he says, "What in the hell is going on?" And Dad goes, "Them two dumb sons of bitches right there were just tearing up my cornfield." And the guy says, "What?" And Dad said, "They just rode down thousands of dollars of my corn." And the guy says, "You got to be kidding me." And Dad said, "Get in the truck. I'll take you and show you." So he got in there. We drive over. He looks at it, and he's like, "Man," he said, "that's my dumb ass. Like, it's not his kids. It's some family from out of town." And he's like, "That's them dumbasses." He said, "Man, I'm gonna beat their ass." He said, "They knew better than that." All this. We get over there. He tells them he wants them to apologize to us. The first kid that like turned his foiler off immediately, he comes up and he like immediately apologizes and tells Dad he's sorry and all this stuff. The second kid, he's tall. He's like a little taller than me, but I literally weigh 100 pounds more than him. Like
that's pretty damn tall.
Yeah, he's 6'2", 6'3", I bet. He's a tall kid. Hair down. I can't even see his eyes.
You can't say much about that.
Well, I know, but I keep mine out of my eyes. But he like gives a real half-ass apology. And I said, "So what's your name?" Because I asked the dude in the truck, I said, "Is that kid's name so-and-so?" And he said, "No." He said, "He'd tell you that?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "He lied." So I asked him his name. He gave me the fake name again. And I said, "So what's your name?" And he told me his first name. And I said, "What's your last name?" And he goes, "Why?" And I said, "Because you just did thousands of dollars of damage on my corn. I need to know what your name is." And he goes, "I was told not to give strangers my name." And I said, "Well, when you decided to vandalize thousands of dollars of corn over here, you lost that ability, so I need to know your name." And so then he told me his name, and oh man, we left. We pulled out of there. My dad told him, he said, "I've been called the law." We pull out of there. There's 3 Munford cops like over there waiting at the field. We get over there, we talk to them, and then by the time we leave out of there, there is now 5 Munford cops in this neighborhood. And 2 or 3 cop cars went over to the house. 2 or 3 cops went up to the house. And I'm gonna tell you, man, they have really messed up, because we went and we assessed the damage the next day. I flew my drone over it.
I was about to say, that'd be a perfect time to use a drone.
Yep. Yeah. I flew my drone over it, recorded it. We gave the police the footage of the drone. We figure about $3,500 worth of damage to the corn. And in the state of Tennessee, anything over $500 is a felony charge, and anything over like $2,500 is like a second-class felony charge. So this is $3,500 damage. That's literally a felony charge. Again, I don't know how it works for a minor, because they're minors, but
yeah,
I mean, they're looking at a felony charge.
Yeah.
So
moral of the story is, don't be a dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, and I can tell you, if both kids had acted like the one and been like if they would have owned up to it and been like, "Look, I'm a dumbass. Like, I just didn't like," and Dad would have still screamed at him, but honestly, I don't think he'd have pressed charges.
Yeah,
I don't think he would have. Like, and there's probably somebody listening that's like, "Man, don't do that to them kids." Dude, I'm telling you, we have let people off with so many warnings over the years, and it just don't work.
Right. Well, and I've been in somewhat situations. It's like, man, when I catch somebody doing something, because needless to say, which I guess those are, for people that don't know, there's kind of a neighborhood across the way, and it's newer houses, people that have moved in, they hadn't lived here forever.
Yep.
But in a lot of this area, everybody knows everybody. And it never fails when you catch somebody trespassing or something. You're like, oh, somebody that knows them, and then you feel like, and then somebody they know is gonna be like, man, don't
cut them a break,
Yeah, and then so it's almost like I just want to just go ahead and be like, I don't even want to know who it is, just throw the book at them.
Yeah.
Like no, I don't want to let it get personal and me feel sorry for them. Like, no, just throw the book at them.
Yep.
Because it just happens over and over and over. And people a lot of it just comes down to respect. People don't give a shit about something that isn't theirs.
Yeah. Well, this kid, the tall one, he was like almost grinning the whole time. Like, I wanted to knock his teeth out.
He thought he was going to be above it, and he was going to get away with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, man, I'm from California. I'm not even from here,
Dude, that might be the worst thing you could have just said.
Yeah. That's like the paste pecani sauce when they're from New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's our California. So I don't know, man. Police are handling it, but they severely have made a boo-boo. I mean, and they drove out in the corn. They drive way out in it and make a big loop, come back. make another big loop, come back in it. I mean, they were just driving all in the corner.
They weren't driving around the edges of the
No,
field,
no,
riding
no.
down like an outside road. Like
Yeah.
they were out in the middle of.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be hard for me not to be just because even the California dumbass. I mean, I know, like, I mean, especially if you still live in California, you got to be pretty damn dumb.
Yeah.
And obviously you come from pretty dumb parents,
Breed,
too,
yeah.
most likely. Yeah, not good genetics. Going
No
on there.
offense to our farmers that are listening that live in California, because hey, man, I get their struggle. 'Cause
Yeah,
they
yeah.
hate to
in
leave their
California,
operation.
I am, kind of tongue in cheek. California, I don't know how they do it. Like, man, y'all are
Yeah, I don't either.
tougher than
Troopers.
I am to stick it out. But yeah, like, and when you're right, when somebody's really remorseful, you're like, all right, I'm gonna feel bad and cut them some slack.
Yeah. Oh, I'd have been pissing myself. Like, I would have never done that.
Yeah, if I was,
But
I'd have probably been crying. Like,
Yeah, like if a dude, like a grown man, had come at me like that, yeah, I'd have been shitting my pants.
Yeah.
Because I'd also have been thinking, like, my dad, when this smoke clears and I get home, my dad is going to absolutely beat me to
death. Never
death.
see this full winter again.
Yes.
And yeah,
Yep. So, yeah, that was the craziness that happened there. So, I don't know. We're still waiting on it to play out. And I don't know, man. That's, it got me thinking. I'm like, this kid made a stupid decision. And if he would have just owned up to it, then it wouldn't have really altered anything. But if he lands a felony charge at like 16 years old, that's going to that will shift some of his life.
yeah, I don't know, because being a minor, yeah, I don't know.
I don't either. I don't know how that works. But it's and it's pretty good fine included in there too. So I don't think it was his four-wheeler, because it doesn't say he would probably lose his four-wheeler. But I don't even think that they're his four-wheelers.
Yeah.
All right, I was gonna read. Man, that's a pretty long email. We're already in this deep. We'll do the questions we got next week.
All right.
You got anything else you want to add?
I'm gonna hit on a real. I don't want to call it a funny story, but interesting. It's not funny at all. Actually, former guest of the podcast, Corbett Wall, mentioned it real briefly on it was like Monday or Tuesday this week. So, in India, there were 11 homes that were bulldozed by authorities because they found them to have beef in their refrigerator and freezer, and they had cows in their backyards that they were raising for beef.
They bulldozed their houses?
It's apparently just like in certain, like,
Is this where they worship the
states.
cows?
Yeah, because they're the Hindus like rule
Yeah.
in certain areas.
God.
Yeah, the slaughter of cows, which some Hindu people worship as a deity. Slaughter of cows and their progeny is banned in most of India, as is the consumption of their meat. In the Madhya Pradesh, I don't know, cow slaughter is punished by 7 years in jail, and the burden of proof is on the accused. So you're guilty until proven innocent.
Oh, crap.
But
A lot of people here would like to see that.
yeah, it said states that are run by, I don't know, Narendra Modi's Hindu nationalists, whatever, I'm not even going to try to pronounce words.
They're
Party.
Hindu.
Yeah, there's certain particular political party that's Hindu nationalist. They routinely raise homes as punishment for suspected crimes such as cow slaughter and incitement to sectarian violence. Funny enough, or I shouldn't say, again, funny is not the right word. The victims of this are overwhelmingly Muslims. So I guess, Muslims are a minority religion
Yep.
there, Hindu being, I guess, the majority. So many Muslims have been lynched by Hindu mobs over suspicion of transporting cows for slaughter.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Over cattle. Wow. Dang.
Yeah, and so it wasn't clear whether these homes were Muslim owned, but that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even had like a vet come in and like confirm that the meat in the freezers in the
Was
fridge
beef.
was beef.
They were like, it better be human.
But yeah, of course, talking about how the police and sometimes they can overstep their bounds and whatnot. Which again, shout out to our Munford Police.
Oh yeah, they were awesome. Yeah, they were,
Said,
they were great.
the police claimed, as they generally do in most of these cases, that the houses were demolished not because the owners were suspected of cow slaughter, but because they were illegally built on public land.
That's
they
convenient.
Also, they also didn't provide any evidence.
Yeah, yeah.
So as messed up as our justice system may sometimes be,
Could be a lot worse.
Case in point, see what they're doing to a former president in
Yeah.
New York. But yeah, it could be a lot worse.
Jeez.
But yeah, I thought, man, that's wild. Like,
That is bulldoze your freaking house.
because you
PETA's like celebrating right now.
probably so.
That yeah, they would like to do
PETA
that.
doesn't really care. They're just trying to, swindle people out of a whole bunch of donations.
It's very true. Cue up our man.
The man. You know what's the big thing now? They're saying that all these videos we're seeing of him are doctored.
Yes.
Like, that's not really him, stumbling. Like, no, like, I mean, it's hilarious, the lengths at which they go to
It is.
to try to pretend it isn't happening. But all right. What in the world?
Dude.
We start off with 2 words. Made in America.
All right, Bobby Lee's birthday was this weekend. Did you get my text over it? I sent you a GIF. I don't think you ever responded.
I don't know that I got it, unless I overlooked it.
It was like some may have been Nacho Libre or something.
No, I didn't get it.
Oh.
You texted it to me or like messaged me?
Texted it to you. Let me make sure. I was looking to send one.
No,
Yeah, see? Nacho Libre.
I never got it. When did-
Well, dang. I
'Cause
sent it Sunday at 11:46.
Now, see, you and I were texting about the UFC fight. A young lady that works with me at the vet hospital, her brother's a UFC fighter, and I was texting Logan. That's what it was. You were planting in the traffic.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, if you happen to be home, he's fighting on ESPN right now.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
about to fight. And he did win.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in a tractor with no AC, and you were like, yeah, I'm about to go.
Oh, yeah.
I just finished a steak. I'm about to eat drink a cold beer, and
Yeah, I said I just got out of the pool, washing down a ribeye with a cold beer and watching these fights.
yeah.
But
Damn, yeah, you didn't get my gift. Yeah, it's Nacho Libre. Happy birthday.
Yeah, it didn't, that's why I didn't respond.
Well, there you go. You were like, that ass didn't even tell me happy birthday, but I had thought it sent a text. Well, here's your birthday present.
All right.
But you got it now. It's like a special edition.
Okay.
So
All
this
right.
is a very American thing here.
Yeah, it is. It very much is.
It just came in today, so it's perfect timing.
It is.
For those that are not watching, it's a book that he's opening up. It's in its bubble wrap.
Yeah, for those of you on YouTube, we appreciate y'all. Be sure to hit like and subscribe.
And comment to us.
Yeah, that is one nice thing about when you're watching or listening on YouTube, you can also comment where you can't do that on the other platforms.
Let us know if you read any of these. It's
if you haven't and you're into toxic masculinity of like the most extreme form, you need to read the Jack Carr series on what's the main character's even name?
James Reese.
James Reese, yeah.
So check out the look inside though.
All right.
This one is pretty cool.
Because of course they just did the the one he fired.
Shot through. It's autographed.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like,
is pretty awesome.
That one's pretty neat.
Yeah, man, that's fantastic. Now I saw that it was officially released this week, and I was like, all right, I've got a stack of like 8 books in my stack to read. But now that one will definitely move to the top of the list.
I've been listening to it.
Yeah.
I've started the audiobook of it because I got the book in, but I just haven't took the time.
Well,
to
I guess it was last summer that the Terminal List came out on
Yeah.
Prime Video.
Yeah.
And of course, it was a hit. I think they're going to continue that on.
There's 2.
But they're also doing the prequel.
Yeah, there's a Terminalist, Dark Wolf. That's like part 2, I think. And then there's
Is it going to keep following the books?
I don't know. I kind of don't know. I'm not sure. And then they're doing a Ben Edwards spinoff.
Everybody liked Ben's character so much. They're like,
Yep.
and I won't spoil it for you, but of course they had to go back in time if you want to see more of Ben.
Yeah. If you read the books, you kind of. It's not true to the books 100%. The show.
No. There's
Because there were some
It's
people
like-
that were like mad.
well, it's like everything. I read Game of Thrones before I started watching it, and like some of it was like, whoa, that's like completely.
You were like, there is way more wieners than in the books than in the show.
I don't remember that, but
Well, there you go, guys. Red Sky Morning. It's one of the things I like about Jack's books. He literally writes them every year.
oh yeah, no.
So it's right now in this one, he's talking about how the U.S. is splitting money to Israel and Ukraine, and China is like scheming up on like the U.S. and so it's very applicable in the moment. I mean, like when COVID was going on, what was it, the Devil's Hand or something? I think it was the Devil's Hand that there was like a pandemic released in the book.
That's the one where the president was about to,
Nuke them or something.
yeah, nuke our own country. Yeah, no.
Yep.
No, and they are page turners, like extreme action packed. Like it's one of those, like you finish a chapter and like, well, shit, I got to start the next one.
Yeah.
Like it leaves you on a cliffhanger. Yeah.
And
Intense. Like I before the TV show came out, I was like, damn, like this shit's gonna be like, I don't know how they're gonna put this stuff on the screen. Like,
well, and one of them,
it's gonna be violent.
I think
extreme violence.
It's
I mean, Jack Carr is a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
And James Reese is a retired Navy SEAL.
Jack is cool too because he like supports his buddies. So in the book, like he says he trains every day on his Sornex home gym. Like he drinks his Black Rifle coffee, and when he describes
his origin genes.
Yes, yeah. when he's describing his guns, he's like, because Jack was, like I said, a SEAL, and he knows his weapons.
He shouts out Montana Knife Company,
yep.
Half-Face Blades, and
talk dirt to me,
Yeah, as James Reese was on his early morning jog, he was listening to the latest episode of Talk Dirt to Me in his earbuds.
Yes. Well,
maybe by the next one. I don't know. Maybe it's in this one. I haven't gotten there yet.
Well, there's pretty good odds he'll be on this show next year.
Okay.
So you guys probably get to hear him on here.
Yeah, he was actually on your other show twice.
3 times.
3 times. Okay.
Yeah, I had him on. The cool thing was I had him on before it blew up.
Oh yeah, no, you did.
Like the terminal, like was it the terminal list? Or no, it wasn't that long ago. I don't remember, but either way, it was really before he became a household name. So, Jack is a cool guy, and the books are awesome. In True Believer or Savage Son, just to like give you an idea, he takes a guy, and you remember he makes him wrap his intestines. He cuts his stomach open, and he makes him wrap his intestines around like a tree.
I thought that was in Terminal List.
Is it in Terminal List?
Because isn't it when he's going through the Terminal List, and that's the guy he catches like in the Florida Keys?
It may be.
I don't. Yeah.
It's in one of them, but he literally makes him walk his guts around a tree.
Yeah. When he's describing killing someone, it's not like he pulled out his axe and killed him. Like no.
It's like he pulled out his axe and severed his carotid artery.
It'll be 2 paragraphs describing, a 15 or 20 second, hand-to-hand combat where, he's in great detail describing how he eviscerates a man.
Yes.
And then sinks the blade into his skull. And
yes.
It's very graphic, but in a good way. Like
it's awesome.
It's not like distasteful. Like,
no.
But anyway, you need to check them out. And obviously, Red Sky Morning just came out. But if I were going to start, I would start back.
Terminal List.
Yeah, Terminal List, book 1.
Yep. Well, there you go. Guess I need to check out Ag Zaga.
Yeah, as always.
Y'all don't have any Jack Carr books on there, but you still need to go to agzaga.com.
Yeah, agzaga.com. They're always adding new products all the time. The Belknap wrap is their mainstay, though. You will not find better deals. And then they get it shipped straight to your door. And even better than that, use the discount code TALKDIRT.
All caps. All one word.
Take 10% off. You can't beat it.
Yep.
It's the best deal on the internet.
Yep. All right, guys. Comment below and go join that giveaway. Sign up.
Yeah.
For the giveaway.
We don't even know what all will be on the giveaway. We'll be live, but
it will be awesome.
It will be awesome, no doubt.
Yep. All right, guys. Catch you next week.
Yeah. See y'all in Omaha.